regarding his play in Sunday's win over Minnesota.
I don't know why anybody's criticizing Tom. I mean, what he did at the end of the half and to start the second half is very, very few teams can score 17 points in a matter of 5 or 6 minutes. No matter if we don't make a first down on the first 2 third downs, I don't care if we finish the half with 17 points. I don't give a shit how we start. So, I mean, yeah, he's not getting enough credit for what he's doing.
Well, that's a remarkable turn of events. So Shefty, let me start again with you. You reported over the weekend on Countdown about a golf take us through that, the Arians-Brady relationship and what we know of it.
Well, I know that we give this topic an awful lot of traction, but I'm just telling you what the people in the building say, and the people in the building there in Tampa are adamant that Tom and Bruce get along very well, and get along very well to the point where over the bye weekend, they had a tee time set up along with Rondé Barber and Clyde Christensen to play golf together. The NFL nixed the idea, which, again, Bruce Arians commented was kind of ridiculous in the sense that you could be on a practice field for a couple of hours with a player, you could be in meetings with a player, but you can't ride in separate golf carts on a golf course together. And so they couldn't get to play golf together as they wanted to and planned to during the bye weekend. And again, if you didn't like somebody, would you be playing golf with them during your free bye week? I mean, it's just a logical question.
I've played a lot of golf with people I can't stand, but that's a whole other topic for a whole other time. Let me come to you because the overriding point is a good one. We have spent so much time psychoanalyzing these two and this relationship and everything else. As we sit here with 3 weeks left in the season, Louis Riddick, how do you assess where the Buccaneers are right now and where they can be when the playoffs start?
Well, I think where they are right now is a team that, although Bruce says that they can do whatever the hell they want, I think that was exactly what he said as far as their identity is concerned. I think, yeah, they can try to do whatever they want. I think that they are, though, still trying to find their way as we head into late December and early January. And we know that what they need to do, we know that they need to be more balanced. We know that they need to let the offense run through the passing game to some degree. We know that they need to let Tom Brady attack the middle of the field and emphasize the short and intermediate passing game. When they do those things, this offense looks much more efficient. When it's bombs away and lots of drop back pass, 5-step drops, and just throwing the ball down the field, that's when they get into trouble. That's when Bruce starts making comments like Tom was getting confused reading coverages. Tom's not taking care of the football. That's when the extremes come, and that's when we start psychoanalyzing them. On the defensive side, look, this is a team that has a young secondary. That's all I'm going to say. You got to watch this secondary as they get into the playoffs and they play against the high-powered teams. You saw how they melted down against Kansas City. Todd Bowles has his work cut out for him against the better passing teams. So I think the book is still out. I think we got to see what this team is going to be because I don't really know.
You know, Dominique, they've been the most interesting team in the NFL basically since March, right? From the moment Tom Brady decided to go there. Now we're really getting to the time where the rubber meets the road. What do you see in them, and where will they be a month from now?
Yeah, I mean, I think the inconsistency is a problem. They will not be in the championship game. It's not out of the question that they could win a playoff game or two, but I don't see them going to the Super Bowl. This team is far too inconsistent. And the question that Bruce received was about the team's identity. And it seems like when you say we can do whatever we want, suggests that you don't have one thing that you feel like you can hang your hat on. So I think Bruce Arians recognizes that right now is the time to build up the confidence of his team as they're heading into the final stretch and in the playoffs, and that's why he's saying what he's saying. But I think in an honest moment, he doesn't feel as confident as he wanted to this preseason when he brought in Tom Brady and they started bringing in all these star big-name players. I think he would have thought that he would feel a lot better about the playoffs right about now.
But that is the point you were making at our meeting this morning, was that the comments feel like a coach who's getting his team ready for the stretch run, right? That maybe we should not pay so much attention to it because they feel like a lot of things we hear a lot of coaches say in the beginning of December.
Absolutely. I think that one thing I like about Bruce Arians is it seems like he understands when he's talking to the media, it's not his job to give the media the sound bite that they want. It's his job to accomplish some sort of goal. And I think early in the season, his purpose was to bring Tom Brady down to the level of all his players and also kind of humble the team, break them down, if you will. And right now, we're in the build your team up phase. So I respect the way that Bruce Arians handles the media, and I respect what he's just done. Though I don't agree with him, I think it's the right thing to say and the right thing to do as you're heading into the playoffs.
Right, we're just getting rolling here. We have a lot more NFL news, and Shefty, let's run through a bunch of it here if we can as we run the hurry up. And let's start with Alex Smith. How's he?
Well, Greeny, he didn't practice yesterday, has the calf injury that he suffered on Sunday against the 49ers. Ron Rivera, the Washington football coach, said that Alex Smith doesn't have to practice to start Sunday. But the longer he doesn't practice, the more time he misses at practice this week, the more you wonder if Dwayne Haskins will be the starting quarterback for the Washington football team. As for the New York Giants and their quarterback in the same division, Daniel Jones, also is nursing a sprained ankle in addition to the hamstring injury that caused him to miss the game at Seattle. Sprained the ankle against Arizona, was sacked repeatedly, took a lot of abuse. They have not yet decided whether Daniel Jones will be good to play on Sunday night in a flex primetime game against the Cleveland Browns. And how about the Las Vegas Raiders kicking off Week 15 tonight at home? They fired their defensive coordinator, Paul Gunther, this week. It's a defense that's leaked oil the last month, averaging over 30 yards a game or 30 points per game given up. Tonight they'll be without 4 defensive starters. No Cleve Farrell, no Damon Arnett, no Jonathan Abram. A lot of players out of the defense on a unit that already was struggling as it tries to slow down the Los Angeles Chargers in Vegas tonight, Greeny.
They've actually given up 150 points in their last 4 games. So their defense has been just terrible. Meanwhile, Shefty, there was one other report that you had yesterday that certainly caught all of our attention. What can you tell us about our friend, Mr. Riddick?
Well, listen, we have him on the set here right now, so I don't know why you would need to come to me first to flush out the facts, but I'm happy to do that. The great Louis Riddick interviewed yesterday with the Houston Texans for the GM job. He's got an upcoming interview for the Detroit Lions GM job, and let's go to the man himself to share more details about it.
Louis, what would you like to tell us?
No, look, these are tremendous opportunities to talk to these football teams about where they're at in their program, where I'm at as far as, how I feel about the opportunity to talk to them about these things. Look, I have the greatest job in the world. I'm on the most iconic brand in all of broadcasting on Monday. I think everybody knows that these are opportunities that I've always been open to listen to, provided that it's something that fits with what I kind of ideally see as an ideal fit in terms of being a general manager. And I mean, I'm very, very just kind of, I'm taken aback and just very humbled and honored to be able to talk to some of these franchises. And the conversation was great last night, and we'll just see what happens going forward.
All right, so I will say 2 things. 1, on behalf of all of us at ESPN, I hope whatever it is you want to happen, happens. 2, we already lost Damian Woody today because he has no power, so I can't have you leave for the next hour and 45 minutes. So whatever else happens, for the next hour and 45 minutes, I need you.
I'm not going anywhere, man.
Okay, fair
I'll be right here.
Hey, Louis Riddick with us. Yeah, Shefty.
It's been a tough season for Damian. I mean, he's had a lot of stuff going on here. Power, all kinds of things at his house. He's tough guy to count on for a guy that's been so regular during the course of his NFL
It's
career.
tough keeping the power on in a mansion that big.
Say that. Yes, D. Wood, I'm very unimpressed with his internet service in general, but that's neither here nor there. Okay, guys, stay with me. Coming back.